Today is a sad day. It's the final day of Hero February. So let's do one last hurrah for this year's celebration of this amazing LEGO theme. Let's take a look at some excellent creations submitted by you. Everything from mech suits to awesome revamps. This episode has it all. Alright, prepare to be amazed by the work of Biophant Samurai. This is the Mech Tech Squadron. Look, Invasion from Below was wonderful. Big mech suits for minifigure-sized heroes to ride inside of? Nothing's cooler than that. But come on, we've all thought about it. What if there were mech suits for the heroes as they appeared in regular sets? They'd be huge, they'd be massive. What would that look like? Basically this. This feels like a dream come true. So the biggest of the bunch is Breeze's mech. And I love this color contrast. Orange and lime, they're very big in-your-face colors, but they work, don't they? Now the question is, how the heck do you armor up a mech of this size? It's gonna require a ton of pieces just because it's so big. And I don't know, you can't layer too much armor onto the design itself because it's gonna get too heavy. It won't be able to support its own weight. What do you do? Well, as we see here, the repetition of all of these orange and dark gray Technic panels. That's the way to go. These parts are big, they cover up heaps of space. And they're lightweight. They're kind of designed to be strong, sturdy, and to look good. So if you're making a big mech suit, look towards these pieces. And I tried to look into these. I was like, all right, where do all these orange panels come from? Are they from one set? Multiple sets? From what I gathered, it seems that they all come from this specific Technic set, the Porsche 911. Maybe that's what you could do. Pick up one of the Technic supercars and just use those pieces to build something even better. There's a few other great details here though. Things like these printed CCBS armor shells down the bottom. They got that nice strip of dark bluish gray. So it ties in with all of the other strips of dark bluish gray that are across this mock. It's nice. Where does this piece come from? Well, it comes from the CCBS Podamron. I feel like people often forget about that printed armor shell, but it's a pretty cool one, and if you're building with orange, I feel like it's a must-have. This fits in really nicely. Here's a quick look at Breeze on her own, and the design is fun. I really like these exposed gears on the edges. Nice touch. Ferno's up next, and mate, black and red, it's never looked so good. It feels reminiscent of charcoal or burnt trees, something like that. I really enjoy though the shaping on the torso, making use of Stringer 1.0's torso piece, and then covering up the edges here with Von Nebula's black Borok shields. They kind of make up his hunch. Then pairing this with the windscreen and Transclear up top, everything has this nice rounded shape language to it. So when you put it all together like this, it creates something that feels so consistent. It's also very impressive that Ferno himself can tuck in underneath all of these pieces. The armor looks very dense, very layered, but it's actually quite thin and there's not much underneath it. Perfect for a mech suit like this. Oh, this is so good. But my favorite, it has to be, well, of course, Serge in his smaller mech suit. Yes, it's smaller, but it's still just as impressive. Yeah, I've been really digging a lot of these protective domes. I like how this one in particular is a little more enclosed. Perhaps I'm reaching a little bit, but I feel like this very dense design is reminiscent of a spacesuit. And remember, Serge did spend some time in space. In the Breakout era, he fought Splitface in space. So this is actually kind of a nice pairing. It's a good thing to take inspiration from because it's kind of in the DNA of the character. I haven't really mentioned it yet, but I also love a lot of these big blasters. We've seen them on a lot of the mechs. Shoulder-mounted turrets like this look so cool. And it's quite nice how simple it is to make something like this. Just using various axles and pins, and honestly, that's kind of all the things you need. And those pieces are so common. I always love a design like that. Using common, easy-to-get pieces that you probably have in bulk. Ain't nothing better than a simple and easy solution that looks so good. Oh, and I was talking about that protective dome. This piece in particular, I believe, is half of the spheres that you see in Jurassic World. Nice to see those pieces in action. Especially because they do have some built-in Technic pieces, you know? Easy connections that'll easily link up to your other Bionicle pieces. Oh, but check out these boots. Takanuva masks. Oh, it looks so nice, so stylish. Oh my god, he's wearing the Takanuva Nike shoes. I guess he's not. The mask is the wrong way around. It's the wrong color, but it's close enough. It's nice that the curvature of this mask kind of perfectly hugs the foot. That's what you want out of, protective armor like this. It's good. And Serge outside of the suit looks quite nice. Serge always looks nice. Good little inclusion here to get Garlock's weapon piece and slap it on the front of the torso. Using that 1x1 rounded tile to also give that a hero core. It looks good. How good are these MOCs? An entire squadron of heroes in mechs? Yes, please. But look, if you think these mechs are cool, wait for this revamp. It's our boy Bulk. It's made by Boy Dioid Builds. Bulk is one of those characters that always excels when he's, well, bulky. Unfortunately, they don't always make him like that. But versions like his breakout form, they do a pretty good job of pulling that look off. Especially when he's decked out with a bunch of weapons. That's when he really shines. And this MOC does that too. Look at this gigantic blaster. Oh, how sick does he look, whether he's holding it or just, resting on it like this? Mate. It's also great to see some of these printed CCBS armor shells on the arms. So these pieces originate from another Bulk set. It's Bulk's drill machine. You actually get a couple of these armor pieces in the set. Yeah, I don't know, the colors, the details, they're a perfect match for the art style of this MOC. Speaking of which, how nice do all these greebles and details look? Bulk looks like a frickin' transformer. I do also like the inclusion of these silver armor pieces. The way they jut out isn't really like how anatomy works, but who cares, it looks cool. These silver pieces come in an old Glatorian era set from 2009. You can just see them tucked away here on the sides of this bike. It's a cool piece, in a great color. This entire revamp is mind-blowing. It's up there as one of the best versions of Bulk that I've ever seen. And for some reason, everyone likes to revamp Bulk. I want to say he's the character that I've seen the most revamps for. Look, who cares if a bunch of people have revamped him? This one right here is top-notch. Great work. Actually, that's just a reminder that, hey, even if someone else has already built the idea that you had in your head, who cares? You can build it better. If there's 56 revamps of Bulk out there, number 57 that you've made will be the best one. Up next, we have a little bit of a series of creations. This is made by Forklift Certified. So these are digital creations that show the progression of a currently unnamed character. We see them kind of evolving throughout each wave of Hero Factory. Yeah, it follows the same style as the official sets, seeing him evolve from a 1.0 character to 2.0, so on and so forth. This is fun. It's good to take your own custom character and see how they grow, see how they change. What kind of upgrades do they get as they're tasked to travel to a new planet, as they're given a new mission? On the Savage planet, he's given these cool claw weapons. But in Breakout, he's just got some fists. Fists to beat up the bad guys, I guess that works. Tracking the changes, seeing how your custom character evolves like this is so much fun. Go on, that could be something that's fun for you to do. Build a 1.0 hero and let them evolve, let them grow. How does their mask change? What kind of new headgear do they get? Build 5, 6, 7 different versions of that character. And have fun making weird changes and also keeping things consistent. I like that. So, this unnamed character that we've been looking at, the builder says that it's inspired by their dog, Jeff. So, if this is an unnamed character, well, I suppose calling them Jeff Lifter, that could be a cool name. But if you've got name suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Our final creation today is a really impressive upgrade to the character, Evo. This is made by Lego David 1. So hey, a supersized creation is always going to be very impressive, very cool. But what makes this even better is the name. This is Evo XXXL. Instead of, the traditional character upgrade of normal hero getting an XL version, well, this implies the existence of additional upgrades beyond XL. That's exciting. What could those look like? Maybe you need to bring them to life. There's so much creative potential. Hey, maybe XXXL characters They're made to fight off giant kaiju that are destroying cities. Oh yeah, that's the invasion from below. Well, okay, maybe not. Well, remember, the purpose of heroes being upgraded and changed, it was done so that they're more, prepared for their next mission. You get new gear to fight off a specific bad guy, you get new tech to survive the planet that you're living on. So I don't know, maybe there's some sort of giant villains that they have to take down, and XXXL characters is the best way to go. And hey, maybe this is still nowhere near as big as the invasion from below mechs. Anyway, perhaps I'm overcomplicating this. Regardless of the story and the lore, it looks cool. Evo being given a gas mask over the top of his existing mask? Sweet! And that silver tube coming out of the front, I like how that ties in with the wings on the back. Well, those are maybe just back decoration, not really wings. But yeah, wings sounded better. There's also something wonderful about all the layered armor on the torso. Everything's very compact, it's very well made. You might have noticed some of these stickered Technic panels. Where do these come from? Well, they come in this old LEGO Racers set. It looks really fun, slamming down on it, watching it fly off of that ramp. Anyway, yeah, these little pops of red from the stickers, they look nice. You know, I like my boy Serge, but I've always liked Evo as well, especially Breakout Evo. To see him kind of getting some form of a bigger, better upgrade, it brings a smile to my face. Well, that's it for the 2026 season of Hero February. But just because it's the end of February doesn't mean that you can't keep building heroes or villains. Continue to celebrate and adore that beautiful theme of Hero Factory. Build Hero Factory stuff and post it whenever the heck you want. And hey, if you need more inspiration, check the links below. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to build a mock myself for Hero February. I came close, I'm still working on it. I can maybe post it a bit later. I had some exciting stuff come up, which I can't talk about yet, but that limited my time. Still, maybe you can see that mock a little later.